Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy BIGark back with another World of Warcraft video, and you guessed it, another class and specialization guide. Today I am back on my hunter. I am doing a beast mastery guide and we will get into it. Before we do though, I do want to mention that we are doing a WoW token giveaway at 500 and 1,000 subs. We just did the first giveaway at 250 subs, and currently at the time of recording this we are just under 400 subs. So thanks so much, guys. Everything is super appreciated, and I can't wait to make more content for you guys. If you guys are interested, all you have to do to enter the giveaway is just like the video. Actually, you don't even have to like the video, but if you did enjoy it, make sure to like the video. But to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and as soon as I hit 500 subs and 1,000 subs, I will pull a random name from a draw. I basically just went to a website, copy and pasted all of my subscribers into a random generator, and boom, popped out a name. So yeah, simple, easy as that, and here it is. This is the Beast Mastery Hunter Guide in World of Warcraft patch 9.0.2 Shadowlands. So before I get into it, I know I've done this before, but I have played Hunter for a long ass time now, and Hunters have done super well over the past expansions, depending whether they were Beast Mastery or Marksmanship. Hunter is super fun to move around with. The mobility of the Hunter is super sweet. And basically the fact with Beast Mastery is you can have 2 pets at one time, and honestly it is super aesthetically pleasing. As you can see here, I have a orange raptor matching the orange transmog I have from the Trial of Valor raid. Honestly, super duper fun to play, super fun to just mess around with, and hopefully this guide will think about re-rolling into a Beast Mastery Hunter. Maybe you're struggling to figure out a class and a spec to play. This could be the one for you. So let's get into it. Compared to the other hunter specializations, Beast Mastery is probably the easiest spec to do damage with. They have their ability to do their entire DPS spec while moving. And even though it has a lot of low burst damage, it has steady damage output. And you can see that on like its single target fights more than its AoE fights. And also another cool thing is that it has more pet damage. Honestly, more than anything, you're going to be relying on your pets to do a whole bunch of your damage. What I want to bring up next is just the mastery and the stats that you have. The stats that you want to look for if you roll a Beast Mastery Hunter in this order are agility, then critical strike, then haste, then versatility, and then mastery. Mastery is pretty low. That's pretty much why it's at the end. It's pretty insignificant because the mastery you get isn't buffed with the trinkets and covenants that you pick. We'll get into the specific mastery just right now. So we'll go into the Beast Mastery and scroll to the end. You can see it's Master of Beasts. So increases the damage done by your pets by 40.5%. This is already a huge damage increase. However, it doesn't scale too much when you have the added buffs from like covenants and trinkets where they'll increase your mastery like that. So that's kind of why it's ranked lower as opposed to your critical strike and haste. So I'm basically going to explain why each of those stats is important in each of those orders. So if you don't know, critical strike basically is the chance for your damage abilities to hit harder than they normally do. Haste is how quick you can get your damaging abilities off, and versatility just increases the damage of your abilities and healing abilities in general. So the reason why crit and haste are so high is because a lot of like energy focus building shots, basically steady shot is what I'm talking about, is a casted shot. So it does take time to cast, and haste is one of those things. A main thing that I want to mention about Beast Mastery Hunter is it's super focused on bleed damage and your pet damage. So critical strike is ranked pretty high just in that regard to kind of increase the critical strike that your pets have and the critical strike abilities that they can do. Basically, yeah, that's kind of it for the mastery and the stats. Moving on, we are going to get into the talents here. Now, this is kind of what you want to pick if you are casual. There are a couple ones that you can sub out, but basically we're going to go through why these ones are all the best, what each talent tier kind of goes into, and what you can sub them out for. So we are going to start at the 15 level bracket. You have Killer Instinct. So Kill Command deals 50% increased damage against enemies below 35% health. Animal Companion and Dire Beast. Dire Beast summons a powerful wild beast that attacks the target and roars, increasing your haste by 5% for 8 seconds. You're going to always going to want to pick Animal Companion compared to anything else. This is just because when Beast Mastery relies a whole lot on the pet damage, I really mean it. So when you have this second pet at all times, just think of it as more damage, more kill command abilities to be able to be used, more kill commands that you can use, and really that's just kind of what you want to pick. This is pretty much best for raiding fights as well. I'll get into a couple talents that you can sub out for Mythic Plus, but this is just kind of like your casual, your main talents that you're going to want to pick for just whatever you're doing and raiding. So we already went through Animal Companion. We're going to go through Scent of Blood. So activating Bestial Wrath, which is your cooldown energy ability, grants 2 charges of Barbed Shot. We'll get into Barbed Shot and all of the basic damaging abilities in a second, but you're always going to want to pick this. You don't want to pick Chimera Shot. You don't want to pick one with the pack. Basically, because you're using your Bestial Wrath on cooldown and you get those 2 charges of Barbed Shot, you don't need the decreased cooldown that you get with one with the pack since you get the 2 bonus ones, so that's just a write-off. You don't want to pick that. And then Chimera Shot, because Beast Mastery's damage is just already so consolidated, you just don't want those extra buttons to kind of get in the way. So same thing why you didn't pick Dire Beast, just an extra button that you don't need. For the 30 level bracket, this is pretty much just your healing and survivability bracket as we went over before. So depending on what you're going to want to do, stay away from Trailblazer unless you are questing, just because whenever you're not attacked for 3 seconds, you get a 30% movement speed increase. Camouflage is for if you're PvPing, or I recommend it if you're trying to get past mobs and Torghast. This is just, it helps you basically evade some mobs that you don't want to fight. You basically become invisible for 1 minute, and the PvP bonus that you get from it is that you restore 2% of your max health every second while you're in camo. I picked Natural Mending though, just because I am doing a lot of raid and PvE focused content. So the Natural Mending basically just reduces my healing ability that I get, so I can self-heal and just, you know, not worry about the healers as much, worrying about me. So basically, Natural Mending is just a passive ability. Every 30 focus that you do spend reduces the remaining cooldown on your heal by 1 second. Exhilaration. For your 35 level bracket, you are going to always want to pick Thrill of the Hunt. So your Barbed Shot, which is your bleed, increases your critical strike chance by 3% for 8 seconds, and this stacks up to 3 times, so you can get up to 9% increased critical strike chance. You're basically always going to want to pick this. It is a passive ability, so you don't want to bother with the extra button that you get from Murder of Crows, or you don't want to get the extra, like, basically pet. This pet isn't like your Animal Companion pet, so the damage doesn't really stack, so you just kind of avoid with Spitting Cobra. For your 40 level bracket, this is your movement abilities, whether it be for yourself or other players. What I mean is you can have Post Haste, which basically reduces all the roots and snares that you get whenever you disengage, and Binding Shot is just another stun for enemies that puts them in place. So really good for PvP. Either way, you're never going to want to pick Born to Be Wild. Those just reduce your aspects. I think even last video you didn't want to pick that. Regardless, Post Haste is good for your individual escaping talent, and then Binding Shot is just another stun, pardon me, that you can use on other people. So, like I said before, you are going to avoid getting all these extra buttons, so you're going to want to avoid Barrage and Stampede for your 45 level bracket. Although in the past they may have been cool, they look super cool. I mean, Stampede basically summons all of your pets and attacks the target, which you think would be good for the increased pet damage, but for a cooldown and an extra button, it's not great. Same thing with Barrage. It's another cooldown button that you don't need, so you're always going to pick Stomp. When you cast your Barb Shot, your bleed, your pet stomps the ground, dealing 723 physical damage to all nearby enemies. Basically another AoE damage ability whenever you put on a bleed and you have 2 pets, so think of that as double every time you cast that ability. So it's super duper nice. Any situation, whether that be single target in raids or AoE in Mythic Plus, this is what you're going to want to pick. For your 50 level bracket, you have a couple interchangeable ones depending on what kind of content you're going to be pursuing. For your raiding talent, you're going to want to pick Bloodshed. So you command your pet to tear into the target, causing your target to bleed. and this increases all the damage taken from your pet by 15% for 18 seconds. Since you have 2 pets, obviously your pet damage is going to be increased by double that if you do the math. So this is really good for your single target, and it's a really good cooldown that you want to activate whenever it's up. This just basically helps you get your pet damage up and increase, since that is what Beast Mastery is all about. However, if you are doing your AoE damage abilities and you do have a big trash mob pull and you're in Mythic Plus or whatever, do Aspect of the Beast. It's a passive ability, increases the damage and healing of your pet's abilities by 30%. This way, it's just for any of your AoE targets. Combine that with Stomp and how they have that AoE ability. That ability is now increased by 30%, and since you have 2 pets, both of their abilities are increased by 30%. So it's a really good double-double, as we Canadians would say. So it just kind of, you know, helps make sense with it. It increases the effectiveness of your pet's Predator's Thirst, Endurance Training, and Pathfinding passives by 50%. So it's just another pet boost, which is really good for the Beast Mastery rotation, especially for AoE. But then again, as I said before, single target, you definitely want to go for Bloodshed. And that is it for the talents. You know, for PvP, these are just ones that I rock with. I haven't PvP'd too much as a Beast Mastery hunter, but I do Dire Beast, Basilisk, the Beast Within, and Survival Tactics. You can basically interchange them depending on what you want to do. But yeah, so for the gear that you want to go through, I already said this before, but I'll say it in my last video again. So we'll just open up my character here. What you want to go for is Critical Strike, Haste, Versatility, and then Mastery. Every single piece of gear you get is going to have some degree of agility, so I don't even mention that. You're just always going to have that. But again, in that order: Critical Strike, Haste, Versatility, then Mastery. We already went over that, but just a quick reminder. If you want to see which gear is better or not, you can totally use add-ons like Pawn or Ask Mr. Robot. They will help you compare pieces that you have in your bags, or even ones that you're looking to get, to see if you should actually sub them out with the gear that you have on. So if you don't have those add-ons, I would definitely recommend those. Basically, for the legendary piece, you're going to want to get Soulforge Embers. It is by far the best overall legendary for Beast Mastery hunters. I don't have that equipped just because I have my Marksmanship Hunter legendary here, which puts the dot and bleed on my target. So for Beast Mastery though, Soulforge Embers just has the best single target and AoE potential damage by a decent margin, if I might add. So even if you mess up on your rotation, which is a pretty simple rotation that we'll get into, Soulforge Embers is just the one you're always going to want to get. I forget which one that you can spec it in, but honestly a quick Google search will just help you with that. Basically, what we're going to get into next is the basic rotation that you can expect from a Beast Mastery hunter. So it basically revolves around casting Kill Command on cooldown, but you don't want to use Cobra Shot so much that you delay the next kill command. So in order, what you're going to want to do is activate your Aspect of the Wild on cooldown, activate Bestial Wrath on cooldown, use Barbed Shot on your target to maintain your damage over time effect, and try to refresh it as late as you can. So you can see we'll just put it on a target here. I'll put it on. You can see that it's there for 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. You're going to want to put it on as late as you can. So you see now, I'll probably put it on when there's half a second left. And boom, look at that. As you can see, like just pet damage, I'm averaging like just 1,300 damage just doing my auto shot too. So you can just see how like easy it is for Beast Mastery to be decent at least. We'll get through the full rotation after. I'll demonstrate what it looks like. Right now I'm just showing like the basics, what you want to run through. So you're going to want to use your Bloodshed on cooldown as well. I don't think I have that on my bars here. Wow. Oh, never mind. Here it is. So this is your ability that we just went to. That's your 50 level talent that you're going to want to use. Basically puts the bleed on the target there. Your pet puts the bleed and they have increased damage. So put the dot on there and you can see, yeah, look at that. We're just doing Kill Command as normal. Keeping up our Arcane Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot. You know, there we go. So after we use Bloodshed on cooldown, another thing to know is you want to use Kill Shot when the target is below 20% health. Just a big damage boost, and you know it's going to be the best damaging ability compared to all the other ones that you have. You're going to use Kill Command on cooldown, And basically, you're going to use Cobra Shot when you have too much focus, but try not to use it when kill command has about 2 seconds left in its cooldown, unless you're about to become full on focus. So try not to cast more than 2 Cobra Shots in between each kill command. So basically, we're going to activate it here. We have, okay, we'll just wait for Bloodshed to finish. I'll just call them back, actually. I don't think I can, so fuck it. We're just going to attack them right away. We're going to reset all the data here. We're going to activate Bloodshed, Bestial Wrath, put the dot on the target, kill command. You're supposed to Cobra Shot, but I did Arcane Shot. Dot about to expire, put the dot on, kill command, Cobra Shot, Cobra Shot. You can put another dot on the target, kill command, Cobra Shot. You know, you get it. We're just doing like 2400, 2500 just as a little burst, and we have, you know, the AoE, pardon me, not the AoE. We just have the damage over time effect going off. So that's pretty much honestly your simple rotation. You can see I was managing my focus in this bottom left bar. So let's say we put the bleed on, kill command, you have your Cobra Shot, trying to cast 2. See how there's around 2 seconds left. This kill command comes out. You get a free barb shot, put it on just as it was about to expire. Cobra Shot, kill command, Cobra Shot, barb shot, Cobra Shot, kill command. It's honestly super simple and about that rotation, and you can honestly keep up about 2000 damage per second, whether that be single target. If you have AoE, one thing which will lead me into my next topic is you have the Wild Spirits ability, which helps so much with AoE with that bleed damage. So since I've mentioned that, the covenant that you're going to want to pick for Beast Mastery Hunter is the Night Fae by far. I'm going to show my disengage ability here. But you're going to want to pick the Night Fae because it gives you Wild Spirits, which helps you boost your single target and AoE DPS in all environments. And right now in this patch 9.0.2, you're not really going to want to pick anything else. So we went through that basic rotation. You're not going to need you're not going to need a whole lot more than that, but I will just showcase a couple other abilities that you have. Everyone knows that Beast Mastery Hunters have their traps as stuns, so I'm not going to go into that too much, but basically you have your Exhilaration, which is your heal, so it heals you and your pet for 100% of your maximum health. Sorry, you for 30%, your pet for 100% of your maximum health. Then you have Aspect of the Wild, grants you and your pet 5 focus per second and 10% increased critical strike chance for 20 seconds. I totally forgot to do that in the you know, kind of rotation that we just did, but you're going to want to use that on cooldown, as well as Bestial Wrath and your Bloodshed. You also have Survival of the Fittest, so it is a command pet ability where it reduces all damage you and your pet take by 20%. That's just on the type of pet that you have. Besides that, we have Arcane Shot, so it's 40 focus. I don't know why you would do Arcane Shot. I would never ever cast Arcane Shot because your Cobra Shot uses a little bit less focus and it reduces the cooldown of your kill command. So Arcane Shot is just kind of something you want to boycott. That's like literally if you're just farming mobs and have nothing else to push, just push that. You also have your multi-shot. So basically, since my pets are still attacking, we can just go on the target here. As you can see though, like just my pets attacking is almost 1000 DPS, like steadily. But anyways, your multi-shot here, you can just click on like any target. We'll move that over. So yeah, it just does 5 targets, AoE damage, uses about 40 focus. So if you're not building up your focus, just like don't even worry about it. And yeah, other than that, you have Eagle's Eye, which lets you see like a little bit further away. I don't know the range on this. I think it's actually really decent. As you can see, I'm just looking up there. But it breaks by moving, so there's not too much with that. You have your Aspect of the Turtle, basically, so it is your shield. Deflects all your attacks and reduces damage you take by 30% for 8 seconds. It's kind of like your Priest Dispersion, where you can't attack during it. So, you know, just really your defensive cooldown. You have a bunch of stuns. You have Concussive Shot, which is your slow. You have your Counter Shot, basically your interrupt. And then, you know, whether if you spec it or not, you have your Binding Shot, which is a stun. From there, for your movement, I already went over Disengage, but I don't have it on my bars, but you have Aspect of the Cheetah as well. Pardon me, I totally do. It's right there. Increases your movement speed by 90% for, what is it, like 6 seconds? For 5 seconds, and then 30% for another 9 seconds. So you do have a bunch of mobility with the Hunter. But yeah, there's not too too much else that I would get into. The Beast Mastery Hunter has a super simple rotation. The gear you want to look for, I've already said it in the video a couple times. The talents are super interchangeable depending on whether you're doing AoE or single target. And yeah, honestly, there's not too much because you rely on your pets super duper heavily using this specialization. So your rotation as a whole isn't that complex at all. So definitely I would recommend Beast Mastery Hunter if you're very new to the game. Hunters in general are just super good at soloing stuff. So the fact that you have a pet really helps you with like your Torghast stuff and other mob fights where you just need a tank and don't have one. You can use your pet abilities, so that means you can revive, heal them, depending on whatever you want to do when you're in that situation. So honestly, another plus that you have being a Beast Mastery Hunter is the type of pets that you can tame. Marksmanship hunters and survival hunters cannot tame the same pets as Beast Mastery hunters. As in the name, they are the master of beasts. They can honestly tame so many cool pets compared to other ones. As you can see, I had a raptor and a turtle, but there are totally different other ones that you can get. I know some raid bosses, even you can get them as pets, and even some undead beasts. I do undead with air quotes around it, just because even though they are beasts, they just have that undead look, so they're still super duper cool to tame. Regardless, those are kind of the importance, the highlights of the Beast Mastery Hunter. We've gone into the mobility, the mastery, the stats, the talents, the gear you want to look for, the legendary piece, the rotation, and the covenants. If you guys have any more info you want to give, maybe to other people watching this video, just leave it in the comments below if there's something I missed. If you like the video, go on, give it a like, and if you want to have a chat with me in the comments, go on, just, you know, write something. I'll totally respond to you as best as I can. We're just doing another reminder that we are doing a WoW token giveaway at 500 and 1,000 subs, so all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and you could be entered for that giveaway. It honestly makes my day, so thank you all so much. From that though, I want to thank you all for watching. If you have another class and another specialization that you play, maybe I've already covered it. I covered Shadow Priest, Discipline Priest, Mistweaver Monk, Windwalker Monk, Marksmanship Hunter, now Beast Mastery Hunter, and right now I am leveling a Warlock and a Shaman, however you say it, and I will be doing class and spec guides on them as well. I do have a playlist on my channel if you do want to check it out, and that would mean the world. Thanks so much, guys. Quick reminder about the giveaway. We're still doing it, as I already said, and this is all I have for this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been your boy BIGark. Happy holidays. Hope you have a great rest of your week and day. Take care. See you in the next video. Peace.